I mean, this is what we came for. Take action. Alright. So things that would help me to take out them. Embercleave may not be bad. We are at 6 mana. How much do we need for the Valky? Probably more than that, right? We're at 7. So I'm going to choose you as 1 because that is very, very close. And we have the mana to support a Croxa, so let's just choose a Croxa. What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're diving into an Underworld Demon deck. That's right, it's not a Liliana Demon winning deck, which some of you may get that reference. There's a card before that lets you win off of demons. Anyways, we're playing a Burning Rune Demon deck, and you say, Chance, why? Actually, I've never seen this card. I've not seen a single person pick this up and use it at any point. Well, Magic has given me 4 copies of this card. Now, we're only using 3 in this deck because I think 4 copies of a 6 mana 6/6 with these abilities is just unreasonable in most decks. But in this deck that we've created today, I think it will be excellent. I think it'll be beyond excellent. I think it's going to carry us to victory. So Burning Rune Demon, for those of you that don't know what it is or what it does, when it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for exactly 2 cards not named Burning Rune Demon that have different names. If you do reveal those cards, an opponent chooses one of them, put the chosen card into your hand and the other into your graveyard, then shuffle your library. So essentially, it's just I think they're called edit cards, which is, you know, look in your library, grab what you want, put it in your hand, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. So 6 mana, 6/6, flying, and you get to look in your deck and find something that you want. Of course, you don't get to entirely decide, you know, one of the 2, whichever the opponent decides that. But still, you're choosing 2 cards, you're choosing your best 2 in any given situation, in which case, it should be pretty likely that it helps you out, right? And on top of that, again, you got a flying 6/6, so it's a good damager. They would have to have angels or something up there in the skies to sort of block this thing, right? Speaking of blocking this thing, in case they try to, we do have a one-off copy of Embercleave in this deck to help us punch through with some of these creatures. Now, the reason we call it an Underworld deck is because we have one-off copy of Underworld Breach. Now, you know, based on the deck you're facing, based on the format you're in, you might want to kick this up to 2 copies of Underworld Breach. If you're in best of 3, I think 2 copies could work a little bit better, as you can always sideboard it out later if the matchup just tends to not be that good for it. But realistically, Underworld Breach, the point of it is to grab back some of these cards that you're going to be milling with your Time Merit or with your Burning Rune Demon, right? Because you're going to be milling your own cards with some of these cards. You're also going to be sacrificing your own creatures, right, with Immersion Predator and Woe Strider and that kind of stuff. So having an Underworld Breach as a one-off does allow you to play things like Great Hinge back from the graveyard for, well, pretty cheap actually, due to Great Hinge's ability, right? So there's a lot of interactions here with Underworld Breach and playing things from your graveyard and actually setting yourself up with Underworld Breach and the Burning Rune Demon and things such as Embercleave or the Great Hinge, where it's like I'm putting a card that the opponent normally would say, yeah, I want that in the graveyard, but then following that turn, you're turning around and casting it still anyways. So it's a really cool ability, combo, whatever you want to call it, Burning Rune and the Underworld. I don't think it's a game-winning strategy all on its own, but I think when you splice it into a deck such as this Jund Sacrifice deck we have here, it becomes really, really good. So taking a quick look at the rest of the deck, we do have some removal here in the early bits. We have Blood Chiefs, we have one-off copy of Malakir, helps us increase the land count while also allowing us to re-enter a Burning Rune Demon, right, which is really good. A lot of our creatures here have enter the battlefield effects. Ox has an enter the battlefield effect. Valky has an enter the battlefield effect. Of course, you don't want it leaving the battlefield, but if it does leave the battlefield and gets to come back and retake that same creature that you just lost, well, that's pretty good. We have Village Rites and Claim. Of course, Village Rites goes well with Claim, and you can always Village Rite your own stuff, even the Croaks at instant speed before it sacrifices itself for some easy card draw. Shower Skull for some additional removal. Valky is really nice again with the Underworld Breach because you can play down the front side, the creature, or whatever, come mid to late game. You hit an Underworld Breach, you have enough mana, the game sort of stalled out. You can bring that Tibalt back, which is, well, really nice and OP and something that your opponent probably won't be thinking of. Time Merit Calls the Dead, really good at filling up your graveyard to help you play all the escape creatures, which of course, if we're playing Burning Rune Demon and we have the option of putting things into our graveyard, or rather, not the option, but it sort of happens anyways, well, why not make it some escape stuff, right? That way you can still bring it back. War Strider are really good with the claims and the Croans, but aside from that, again, it's just an escape card that comes back, has solid stat lines, that can scry you a little bit here and there. Kazandu adds to the mana, gets us the Great Hinge, Agadeems, brings everything back, and then we just have some good, solid, sturdy top-end creatures, right? We got the Predator, which is hard to kill. We have Polocranis, which is, you know, in some manners, very hard to kill, given it doesn't take damage as per normal. It takes the, you know, +1/+1 counters as its damage. It can fight stuff, so it has pseudo removal. And when it comes back from being escaped or from escaping, it has 12 +1/+1 counters, you know, which means an Embercleave. English is hard for me sometimes. Which means an Embercleave on a escape Polocranis is pretty much victory, right? Anyways, hope you all have enjoyed this deck. We are continuing to try and pioneer new decks with, well, cards that we don't really see play anywhere, because that's just kind of what we do here on the channel. If you're enjoying the content, the deck text, the breakdowns, the gameplay, the jokes, the puns, all of that kind of stuff, leave a like down below, comment in the comment section. Of course, remember to hit the damn it. Remember to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon that pops out afterwards, so you can get this one-of-a-kind magic content right here on YouTube. Anyways, without further ado, we're gonna English is so hard for me this morning. We're gonna go ahead and dive into our matches, and I'm gonna stop stuttering. Sinka. It's a Sinka. Alright, we have nothing but black and red mana here off the rip. I would like, or black and green. I don't know where I got red from. Red's not, you know, prevalent anywhere on here. But I do wish I had some red mana. That way we, you know, potentially could use claim, that kind of stuff. Luminarch Aspirant, Giant Killer, Daxos. Well, those all sound horrible. Thank goodness we kept a hand with 2 Blood Chief's Thirst and a Valky, so we can just nip those right along. Now this Luminarch is going to, of course, select itself, and they have the Selfless, so it's going to be a little difficult for us to get through there. A little bit difficult. Do I pay 2 Blood Chief's Thirst to get rid of the Luminarch? Oh, that's a hard decision. I'm not going to lie. That's a very, very tough decision. We also have a Kazandu. So I certainly think that we should not pass on the opportunity to get down an early Kazandu. You never know if we draw into a Great Hinge on the next turn. That's, you know, that's a Great Hinge. It's a good old cheap Great Hinge. Can't swing it with the Valky. I thought about it. Boy, that would have been a mistake. Alright, so... Alright. Gotta get rid of that Selfless so we can get rid of the Luminarch. So the Luminarch doesn't build to unmeasurable amounts. Thankfully, our Kazandu is not quite to the point that they can Giant Killer, though they do have the amount of mana for that. Daxos. What's Crack-a-Lack and Daxos? 3/5 on the Daxos. Sure. So, well, you could go for a Blood Chief's Thirst on the Daxos. Selfless Savior will, of course, sacrifice itself to save the Daxos, and then we Blood Chief's Thirst the Luminarch. That is an option. D's an option. I'm going to go ahead and grab some red mana. 1, we need it for Embercleave. 2, we need it for, like, claim and, you know, that kind of shenanigans. Do I want to turn Valky into Mega Valky? I don't know. If I go for the Blood Chiefs, we do get rid of the Selfless Savior. What else can I do outside of that? I can also turn Valky into Mega Valky, aka a 1/1 that can add counters to other things. And then, of course, we have Village Rites. Alright, well, I want to rattle these off real quick. Do I? No. Cancel! I hit cancel! Okay. Alright, well, you know. In some languages, cancel does mean continue. Ooh. Not gonna lie, I didn't expect that one, but I will take it. Additional counter where, though? I think just to Kazandu. Like, let's hit him as hard as we can. Alright, let's put him down to 14 life. Big ol' 1/4. Now they're gonna crack back at us for 3, 4 maybe? I'm a little worried about Kazandu though. Having put that counter on it means that their giant killer can now take it out. So like, if I was them, I would just giant killer, just kill my creature and, you know, continue on about my business. But hey, you know, they turned it back to us. I don't know whether to go for additional black mana or additional red mana here. It's a little unnerving. Little bit unnerving. I guess we go for the black mana because we want to use the village rights, so sure. I gotta say, I'm a little surprised I haven't seen the giant killer come down full force quite yet. But maybe they're saving it for right here. Indeed they were. Indeed they were. Alright, well, nice thing about village rights, we're going to get rid of their giant killers so they don't get to play it back in the future. Bye! Oh, we got another village rights and a great hinge. Ironic how that comes in right after the fact. It's fun. It's fun, it's fun, it's fun. Alrighty, you know, I don't love the fact that I'm about to waste this card, but I gotta do what I gotta do, so yeah, awkward. Awkward. Might would have wanted to not have done that. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so Luminarch's going to go up to 3 power for us, which equates to this only costing 6, which means if we do draw a land, we can have a great hinge. All right, land equals great hinge. No land equals sad chance. That's fine. Predator, come on down. You're not quite big enough to have to worry about stuff yet. I'm actually just going to build the Luminarch, I think. I really don't want them to get the Luminarch back. It's my thing. Predator, you know, I might just end up chump blocking with Predator. Who knows? Next turn, a Great Hinge is only going to cost us 5 mana, which means we will have capabilities for it regardless. Daxos getting buff. Are they going to double swing? That's the question. They didn't swing at all. Well, hidey-ho. Hidey-ho, then, matey. I have a feeling like they may have another giant killer in hand, in which case Burning Rune Demon wouldn't be the world's greatest, but Burning Rune Demon does make the Great Hinge only cost 3 mana, so on the next turn we can actually play it and play other things as well. We're also getting a flying 6/6 on the board, which we could of course build up with Luminarch, so you know, it's kind of hard to say no to that. I get that the Great Hinge is good and it would have given us additional counters, but you know what, we win anyways. Let's go, Burning Rune Demon. I do like this deck. I think it's good. I think it's fun, if not good, which is, you know, generally what you want in a Magic deck. It's either it needs to be fun, or good fun, or both. You know. Hero. You got to say it loud because it's all capitalized. Of course, we all know how capitalization works in the modern day and age. I don't have to explain that to you. Anyways, we got a pretty good hand here. We got Blood Chiefs to deal with stuff. Claim, if we had a Village Rights, that'd be cool. We got Kroxa we can play into. We have Valky. You know, we got a 3/4 play as well. So if we can get there, we're fine. We are so fine. All we really need is a few more lands to get this ball rolling. I'm not gonna lie, I really just want to remove that Robber. Something about playing down Valky does feel right, but if I can just straight up take out the Robber. Of course, if I play Valky here next turn, we could always play this and that. But Valky's not going to block the Robber, so yeah, let's just take it out. I don't want it to keep stealing my cards. Y'all know I hate a Robber. Hate a Robber of the rich. Alright, so we're looking for more lands. Looking for more lands. It is mono red snow. If they don't play anything turn 3, I'm a little taken aback, I'm not gonna lie. Malcare is nice for us to have, but I think in a scenario like this, we gotta just play it. Now, if I play Valky, they play Bone Crusher? Before this procs, their Bone Crusher could go off. I'm just gonna play the Kroxa. I don't trust it. I don't know the ordering of operations there, and you know what? I don't wanna feel bad because of it. So I'll just make them discard. It's fine. That is fine. Fine. Sorry. Hey, when people take a long time to play Magic, I don't know, I get bored. I doth get bored. There goes the Frostbite. Hey, that's a pretty nice card for you to be tossing away, I'm not gonna lie. There's the Bone Crusher. Well, howdy doody. And then here comes the Bone Crusher. Yeah. Oh, you so good. Give me a Village Rites game. Give me a Village Rites. I can use that. I can work with that. This is Snow Instant. I really don't want. I don't want my Valky to die. I also don't want my Woe Shredder to die. Which would I prefer? Probably the Valky, if I'm being honest. And the Woe Shredder can come back. Yeah, just give me the Woe Shredder, whatever. As far as mana efficiency goes, I think it wins out. But now that it's getting a hiccup here, I'm thinking they got that Snow Instant. You know, why wouldn't they have a Bone Crusher plus 2 Snow Instances in the top 10 cards? Damn you, Mono Red. They didn't. What was proccing there? What instant speed 1 mana spell does Red have? Rimrock? Could be a Rimrock. I don't know about y'all, but this smells like a cleave of the Ember type. Whoa there, Nelly. There's no need to go getting all aggressive on me. Ooh, that hurt. It hurt a little bit. Alright, well, tell you what, I'm going to take that Bone Crusher. Alright, I know it's going to do a little bit of damage, but I'm going to take it, okay? I'm going to hit you back with it. I want you to know what it feels like. I want you to know what love is, and I'm going to show you. Alright, I'm also going to hit you with a Valky, because not gonna lie, I don't want you to have another creature coming down right after I get rid of this Bone Crusher, and, well, let's be real, I'm getting rid of your Bone Crusher here, so... Yeah, ooh, Ox. Man, I do want an Ox, but at the same time, could I draw something better than the Ox? That's really the question. It's not do I want the Ox, it's could I get something better, more in tune to my situation? I think the answer is yes. Ox is a decent ways away in almost every regard, so... You know, we can also turn the Valky into a Rimrock Knight for the low cost of 2 mana, which, you know, adds one point of damage, but... Alright, so if they want to go for lethal, they're going to need to put the Führer onto the Faceless, in which case they won't be able to use the Rimrock, right? They're taking my Valky, but they won't be able to use the Rimrock, so... We resolve this, we will have to block. But we'll get the Scry on. Another land. What does that do for us? We'll be at 5. Wait a minute. Isn't that just Embercleave on Woe and then we win? I think we win. Yeah, because that thing can't block. Let's go. Alright. Picking up another victory. Claiming the Rimrock wouldn't work either, by the way, in case anybody's curious. Now I'll show you my cleave. Woohoo! Saw your cleavage, now it's time to see mine. I won't say that anymore. You have my word on that. Anyways, we're picking up a victory, so, you know, feeling pretty good. Alrighty, we got Smiley Face plus 1 odd Smiley Face playing us today. I'm going to keep this. We got a claim, we got a blood chiefs, we got a little bit of that early game interaction, and that's, yeah, that's all I'm really looking for. We also have a Time Merit Calls the Dead, which if it requires, I will drop this Shatter Skull. Might drop it next turn. Excuse me, sir? Sir. Or madam. We don't play that kind of shit around here. We don't play the crabs that ruin people's day, okay? It's not how we work. Unless, of course, I don't have removal, in which case then I'm just crying. Just crying over in a corner. Anyways, please no crabs. Well, I mean, yeah, hell, you played a land right off the rip there. I gotta assume you got no crabs. Alright, sure. You know the English. You know the good thing about our situation here. We're an escape deck, so the more they mill of us, the better, right? We got polycade, we got all kinds of stuff all day. I actually don't want to get rid of this Valky. I'm gonna get rid of one of the Predators because if I hit my Breach later on, right, my Underworld Breach, Valky is a great card to replay back. I think we can play it like that, can't we? We can play the other side. It may cost us a little more, but you know, what's not to play into. So we also have a Burning Rune Demon over there. Croak, so we don't really want to get rid of Valky. I mean, I do have 2 Valkys now, so we can get rid of one. Alright. Now, they're Dimir. we all know how Dimir operates, right? I do want to swamp. I kind of want to play back my Croxa. I'm not even gonna lie. But I feel like it might be a little wasted. We're going to go next to combat. We're just going to try and pop him in the face with the zombie. It happens. It lands. All right. I just don't want him to counter. If this thing can land, it's good. It's solid. It's all clear. But if not, we're looking a little rough. Play this. Alright, let's go for the Predator. My thinking here is I don't want to exile all the cards in my graveyard and to the point where I can't get a Polycranus back later, right? Other than that, I think they're almost equal. I do think Croxa deals more damage, but ultimately, yeah. Ultimately, I assumed whichever one I played would get countered, so... It is the way it is. It's magic. It's the mirror magic. Ooh, okay. Well, you know, no, because we already have. No, get out of here. Get out of here, you clown. So we go for the Croxa this turn. I mean, I can. Oh no, I can't. Ah, yikes. Polycranus. Well, first things first. Let's just go next to combat. Hit them. If nothing else, these. Oh well, I mean, we could always use an Ember Cleave. Could use an Ember Cleave. What's the benefits of an Ember Cleave? Pretty much nothing, actually. Pretty much nothing. Alright, well, you know what? Let's go for Croxa. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to make sure you're not hitting anything important. So just these lands, these spells that I can't use, right? So you don't want to hit a creature thinking, oh, I won't use that later. And then you have an opportunity later, so... Anyways, they're drawing lots of cards, they're milling us lots of cards, it's a thing that happens. It is a thing that happens. Sure. Sure. I wish I could have claimed this Croxa, because then we could have played it pre-combat and tried to attack. That definitely would have made a world of difference there. That's alright, next turn we could always have Polycranus come down. We could always Ember Cleave the Croxa if it does live. Ember Cleave moving one of the zombies puts it to 6. Let's see, we have a potential of 8 damage. They discarded a land. They have to have removal for the Croak, so you don't do that if you're like, well, I'm a little worried. Shadow's Verdict. Exile everything. Yes, very nice. We have 22 cards left, and, well, we're just sitting, hoping, praying, waiting, wishing, wondering. All that lovely stuff. Yeah, I mean, let's get Polycranus back from the graveyard. I don't think there's really a big difference between from the graveyard or from the board. It's just preference. Matter of preference. Actually, I don't think we should get rid of both of those great hinges either. Just in case, again, we find that Underworld Breach, which we may have already milled it into the graveyard, but we'll see. We will see. Kazan do? What do Kazan do? So we still have our Agadeems in the deck. And there's our Underworld, actually, so I don't have to start playing as cautiously with my graveyard, as things like Great Henge can't come back without the Underworld. Extinction event. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you didn't have every answer on fucking cue, it wouldn't be Dimir. It just absolutely would not be Dimir. Let me make that clear. Alright, well, here's another Polygranus. You know, try again. Don't try and exile this one. Please. Please, oh please. Destruction's fine. I'll Malakir it. Hell, I don't mind paying the life. I got plenty of it. I have plenty. Just, you know, no more exile. Hey, let's be adults about this game of Magic, huh? You know, you don't have to exile me. I won't exile you. I can exile me, and you can exile yourself, and you know we'll go about our business. Just two functioning adults. But you don't have to break down into this. You don't have to resolve your life into making other people's hell. Come on, you got a smiley face in your name. What are you doing? What are you doing? What? Sure. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, turn 1 Rune Crab, or turn 2 Rune Crab wasn't enough. Turn 3 Tutelage wasn't hitting, wasn't spicy enough for you. Sure. You gotta lay down the thick arm of the law, huh? Sure. Well, we're probably gonna get milled. Yeah, probably gonna get milled. Not much choice we have here. We're just I realized that I should have played the Crag Crown down instead of the green mana. But if I'm being honest, you know what I mean? I mean, all they have to do is play their second copy of Into the Story, which we all know they have. It's not, I mean, top 30 cards. Okay, right. Make sure that you're gonna win. I understand. Dimir players don't know how to do math. That's why they hide behind counter spells.